We need to backtrack. Let's. I think, right? Because we have also to bury, if you want, if we want. I think Mira will definitely bury King Kalen. She doesn't, I mean, she already got her satisfaction with him being dead. Maybe we can get, I don't remember, maybe we can get, anyway, he's dead, and that's about it. And I think that it's better if we just, especially Mira thinks that it's better if we just give him his honors, and that would be it, because we don't really want to be perceived as disrespectful or something. And again, Mira got her satisfaction with him, he's dead. Which is more than anything she could really desire. Okay, so this is not an exit, so we have to backtrack. I don't remember every detail. This is cool though. We are basically... Shale, your butt. We are where the battle took place. Exactly, we were up there, up here in the tower, lighting the beacon. The people were dying down here. This DLC is was a nice touch. Okay. Yeah, we are going to get back there, yes. Oh.
Oh, they left him here to rot. We need to do something.
Yeah, I think Mira would like to bring him down and leave him to the wolves, but she has to pretend like she's a good person, right? So he was a king, so he deserves a pyre, of course.
He was a good man, who hoped too much, and died too young. He deserves what little honor we can afford to grant him.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes, well, Alistair is approving, good. Sometimes the faces that your character does in the animation, they are the default expression or animation of a character that is good, right? So sometimes I feel like those expressions don't belong to Mira at all. I mean, she wouldn't be laughing during a funeral, but she would be just like, eh. She wouldn't be, you know, she would probably be shrugging and be like, oh, fine. But she wouldn't be making an extremely evil face or an extremely sad and mournful and painful face. So sometimes the game betrays Mira a little bit. But when you have a completely good character that did all the right stuff and all the good, oh that's closed, and all the good things, then the animation works better. I don't know if I have explained what I mean. But yeah, there are animation in which your main character face is supposed to be sympathetic to things. Yeah, we got everything from there, right? But if you're playing not an evil or a neutral character, maybe those faces just don't fit with your character, and it's a bit... Oh. Well, you have to choose when you do animations. I think that it would be asking a little bit too much to actually have different animation for somebody that is with different alignments. That would be really, really cool though. We are going to camp. And we're going to take a look at the dog. So you're here now, against all odds. And you did well.
Oh, why, you little...
Oh. You're harassing my dog. What? What?
Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
Well, he has been living with Darkspawn and without food for a long time, so, and it's not my dog. He just tagged along. Teach that silly Alistair a lesson. Maybe the dog ends up being, you know, the best companion for Mira, because if you think about it, he doesn't question her. He follows order blindly and he's very loyal, so... And actually, you don't have to have fears of having to give him something in return. He will just accept her as she is, as long as she feeds him. And well, he is a war dog, you know.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Yeah, you know. And he has been living with Darkspawn, and he has been abandoned, and he has probably seen horrible things. And still, he's a war dog, so it shouldn't be much of a problem for him. I definitely need to sort out weapons and inventory especially. So I'm going to ask Bowden some news, and then I'm going to cut to whenever I will have finished. This stuff is so cool. Whenever I will have finished all the sorting and stuff, and maybe we're gonna talk to people. I suppose maybe it's time.
If there's anything I can do for you, please,
yes,
please tell me.
I would like to hear some rumors.
I heard a story today. Bangrain put her own fields to the torch, rather than let Logain's men feed off them. 3 of them died in the flames. Some of the soldiers got angry and chased the woman down in her own manner, putting a sword through her. Without permission, is the excuse we're told. Logain killed Grain's husband at Winter's Breath. She had a right to do with her crop as she pleased. This is still Farelden, isn't it? A freeholder answers to no one. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
That's kind of horrible, and it really surprises me. Logan is really gone mad. Okay, so we are going to do stuff now.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
Enchantment! Okay. Yeah, what I wanna do... Let's care for things that are equipped. Usaris is good. This is Zevran's stuff. Any novice? Slow. I want to give. There. I want to give. Nobody's using Olaf's knives because it's not really particular, except you can add 2 enchantments to it, but it's not that particular. It doesn't have anything. Well, it's better than nothing, but really. is this is a... Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna donate this novice rune to the guy down here. To you here.
Going.
Oh, come on. Runes. Unassigned novice. There we go.
Such a force has not been seen since the collapse of the Tevinter Imperium.
It's a novice rune, man. Don't get excited over a novice rune.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out.
I would like to...
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And with your discount.
Yeah, I would like to sell you. I've cleaned the inventory completely and gave the people their new equipment there. So now it's very empty. I can sell this. I want to keep this for Liliana if I want to switch her. The fox bow I could put it away, really. So yeah. Everything has been sorted in here, and Sten is wearing... I don't know what I'm doing with these. Sten is wearing the whole Warden armor set that we found, I think, in... He looks amazing. That we found in... Soldier's Keep, was that it? Yeah, because he has enough strength. I leveled him up and he now have enough strength. He's also using Usaris, the sword that I enchanted for him as well. And yeah, we need to bump up Alistair's strength. But let's talk to the people, shall we? And we have the chalice here, right? Where is it? Rejoining chalice. This is for Alistair, so he has something to say about it after all.
Is that for me? Really?
Okay.
Wow.
Maybe not.
Wow!
I thought that was going to trigger some special dialogue, but I was wrong. Okay. Well, it's his, so let's talk with the shell first for our rounds. Yeah. You're still with me, I see.
Yes, its adventures are interesting, even if the chances for success are remarkably slim. It would be better to throw oneself off a cliff, I suspect. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go.
I don't wish you to leave. You're very useful.
No doubt. Without me, it would have to carry its inventory on its own.
But
Perhaps we should continue. Its chances of success are small enough without further dawdling.
come on. Don't be like that. I don't know if I want to talk with Morrigan. Does she have anything really to say to us? I'm not sure.
I await your command.
Yeah, so, life in the wilds must have been very lonely.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
Yeah. But you eventually left.
Such simple pleasures will only enthrall for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. It was encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
So what happened then?
Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
Well, maybe, you know, she was meant to teach you something. She meant to teach you something.
Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
I agree with you. They made you stronger, didn't they?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
Okay, so we have inspired her even more. Well, I would imagine Mira and Morgan to be very good friends. Come on, scroll down. So she's already there. Shale doesn't have any. Dog neither. Alright. Let's talk with Sten.
You called.
Yeah. Did I? So will you tell me now why you were caged?
I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
Yes. Well, what I've heard is that you killed some farmers.
I did.
Why?
Is it a human saying, no good deed goes unpunished? They saved my life.
Yeah. Yeah, and you killed them for that, exactly.
You could say that. Had they not shown me compassion, they would still live.
Okay.
I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Farelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
So what happened to the other Qunari?
I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
You thought the farmers killed your brothers? No, that's impossible. I think he saw that it was the darkspawn. So, what did you do?
I searched for it, and when that failed, I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
Yeah. So, did the farmers know where it was?
They said they found me with nothing.
Did you believe them?
I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
Wait, you panicked over a lost blade. Well, does Mira know that blades are important for Qunaris? Has she ever read about this? Maybe yes, maybe not, maybe Maybe she knows generic things, but not this much. Well, that's terrible.
I know I cannot justify what I have done. My honor is forfeit. That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresard. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Farelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
Couldn't you search for it?
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
But... So that's it? You aren't going to do anything about it?
What would you have me do? It could be anywhere by now.
Let's, Where did you find the Darkspawn?
Near Lake Callanhad.
Well, maybe we can go take a look.
Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
I don't know. We are going around here, so we're bound to get there sooner or later now, are we? Get back there.
Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Oh, wow. I heard that in Orlais, minstrels are often spies.
Where did you hear this?
Well, I think I read it in a history book.
And did you not think that this could be historical fact and no longer true? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
Well, the only thing I know are books, Liliana. I've grown in a tower with only books and other mages, so... Well, then what's the difference?
Many use the two words minstrel and bard interchangeably, but to do so in Orlais would cause misunderstanding. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
Mm-hmm. So do they spy on Farelden?
Some do. Mostly it is nobles spying on other nobles. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
Basically just like normal people. Were you sent here to spy on me?
Spy on you? What would you have that a spoilt and bored Orlesian nobleman could want? I have revealed too much, it seems. But it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
But why were you living cloistered sister in rural Farelden? Why were you living cloistered sister? Like as a cloistered sister? No. Okay, this one.
I found myself in Farelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here.
Okay, so she doesn't really want to open up about that. Hello, Zevran.
What say you?
What about...
By all means.
Tell me more about your adventures.
Again? Well now, what might interest you, I wonder? Shall I describe the stages involved with Lanthrax poisoning? I watched a man go through all 7 once.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like fun.
Haha, you have rather macabre tastes, I see. I like that. Let's see. How about the largest battle I ever took part in? That would have been the slaughter of Prince Azrin. Did you hear of that down in these parts?
Not I. So you killed the prince?
Me? Not personally, but I did take part in the attack. Prince Azrin was fourth in line to the throne, you see. He started off as 11th, but worked his way up the old-fashioned method by inheriting control of an entire Crocel from his grandfather. After assassinating his way through the royal family, the king hired 3 other cells to take down Prince Azrin once and for all. I was in one of those cells.
So, is that sort of thing common in Antiva, really?
Antivan royalty is very much bound up in the crows. You wouldn't want it run by a bunch of commoners, after all, would you? And this means they get involved in politics quite often. This particular fight nearly bankrupted the nation, I understand. It almost ended up putting a crow on the throne, a commoner. But that's a whole different story. I played a very small part.
So... seems they cannot wait to run the country.
Antiva might seem a bit odd in that way to outsiders. We take it in stride, however. Assassins are simply part of the landscape, so to speak. My part in the entire battle was taken up trying to reach Princess Verina, who had thrown in with her brother. I killed about 11 of her guards personally before I got knocked out of a window. I landed in a river and nearly drowned. I was fished out by some urchins who robbed me blind. They made off with my boots, too. At least they didn't cut my throat. And that was my part in history.
You keep being lucky indeed.
It's true. I live a charmed life. One of the prostitutes that raised me was a fortune teller. Said I wouldn't die young. She was rather startled by that. But there you go. Tale told. Let's be off before I tell more embarrassing stories, huh?
I love Devlin. He's one of the best entertaining companions. So let's see if Alistair has something at all to say to us.
What do you need? Ask away.
Nothing. We have to go on then. Okay, so we're back here. I gave him a gift. I bought some gift to give him and try and improve a little bit his disposition. But now, right now, what should we do? What should we... I think maybe we should start moving towards the devilish. Yep. Let's see what can we achieve there. Who should come with me? I'm interested in bringing Shale.
Yes.
Because it's just I never brought her. Sten.
Yes.
Maybe Morrigan or Liliana. Maybe Liliana.
Indeed.
Let's see what happens. Okay, so we are going to to the Brazilian outskirts. Oh, we also have to do that. Maybe some other time.
Hold, outsider. You may be of my kind, but you are not Dalish. Why are you here?
Well, I might have business with your leader, actually.
And what business is that?
Well, for now, I will tell that to the keeper and no one else.
Seeing as you are obviously no simple trespasser, I will leave it to the keeper to decide the importance of your business. In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself, and remember that our arrows are still trained on you. Follow me.
I see we have guests.
Lovely. It's a whole colony.
Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
I understand, but this one claims to have important business with our people.
I see. Tell me, stranger, what business could you possibly have with us? We have our own issues we must deal with, as you can see.
Well, I come representing the Grey Wardens.
You might have simply said so to begin with. Masiranus, Mithra. You may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zathrian, the keeper of this clan, its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are?
Well, you can call me Mira.
If you came to bring news of the Blight in the south, it is not needed. I had already sensed its corruption. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
So their first reaction to trouble is to flee from it. Curious.
I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me. The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Farelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us, and though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped, but we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.